The editors of From Heaven He Came and Sought Her were kind enough to send me the galleys of this book, and I've greatly enjoyed going through it, and am very pleased to see a very thorough and very scholarly and pastoral treatment of the whole subject of definite atonement. Definite atonement is probably the least popular element of what's historically been the 5 points of Calvinism, and it's just wonderful to see this subject addressed in such a careful manner. One of the things that is striking to me is resident in the title, From Heaven He Came and Sought Her. When people think of definite atonement in biblical categories, it is much more appealing. So, for example, if someone said in Ephesians, it says, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." People don't mind the doctrine when it's couched in those terms. If a husband lays down his life for his wife, people think that that's wonderful. When we think it's wonderful that King George goes and fights the dragon for the sake of the lady, we wouldn't think it was wonderful if George were fighting the dragon for a harem, for a whole bunch of people. We think it's wonderful that from heaven he came and sought her, one particular person. But then when you come to the church, we sort of revolt against that. Well, Jesus came down to secure the salvation of his bride. And I think we ought to rejoice in that, carefully study it, examine, answer the biblical objections that arise, but not be embarrassed by this doctrine. This book is going to go a long way, I think, in helping pastors shore up any questions they may have, and I'm happy to commend the book to you.